it's time to make my no-knead bread. I've been making this for well over a year, and it only gets better, and it's oh so easy. So first, we start with about 3 cups of flour. You can use all-purpose, bread flour. They both turn out just fine. I haven't done too well with the whole wheats. I know there are ways to make that. There are recipes out there for that, but I've yet to master that. But I have mastered making a mess. Okay, so there's about 3 cups of flour. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon and a half of kosher salt and about a quarter of a teaspoon of instant yeast. This is the type that you don't need to proof. You can just add it dry. It's about a quarter of a teaspoon. And then we're going to mix this up, get it all blended pretty well. And then we're going to add some water. This recipe does call for a lot of water. It's a very wet dough. You'll see when we get to the baking process how that wetness in the dough really helps make the great crust. So I'm going to add about a little bit more than a cup and a half of water. So about 11 ounces usually, I think. So I'm going to do 8 ounces. And this is warm. This is probably 110 degrees. Now I'm going to go 6 ounces. Yeah, about 5 ounces. Between 5 and 6 ounces. That's 5. Now let's just mix it together. It's very, very, very wet. Don't have to mix it too much, just get it all blended. Make sure that there's no dry flour. Give it a good hard mix. It's going to be wet, but we're going to add a little bit more flour when we do a little bit of kneading, so I guess it's not officially no-knead bread. That is it. Now, we're going to let this rise for 18 to 24 hours. I'm going to cover it with some plastic, keep it in a quiet, mellow spot. And we'll get back to it and bake it. Okay, so here we are at step 2 of the process. So we're going to knead this a little bit and then let it rest for about 30 minutes. So we need some, and you can see this has actually risen quite a bit since yesterday. It's been about 25 hours. I'm going to put a little bit of flour down on the board. Both boards. And let's pull it out. Very wet dough. That's good because we need the moisture to create steam in our enclosed cooking vessel to make a good crust. So we're going to knead this about 10 to 15 times or so. A little bit of extra flour. It's a little sticky, but that's okay. Better too sticky than too dry. You can always add more flour. You can't take it away. This extra kneading works on creating the gluten, which is what makes bread bread. Almost there. Okay. Now I'm going to put it on a piece of parchment paper and let it sit for about 30 minutes, maybe 45. Okay, so the next stage is to finally shape the loaf. So it's risen for about 30 to 45 minutes or so. I'm now going to turn it on to floured board. And I'm going to reuse this parchment paper. This is actually the paper I'm going to bake it in. So I'm just going to shape it loosely, carefully, just to stretch it out. And that is it. That's all you need to do. It's going to look a little weird, but that's okay. Okay, so the next final step here is baking. So we're going to take out the preheated. We preheated these up for about 30 minutes in a 450-degree oven. It was hot, very hot. There we go. So I take it on the parchment paper and just put it right in, just like that. And I put the lid on. Okay, now I'm going to open it up. We're going to bake it for about 33 minutes with the top on for 33 minutes at 450 degrees. Okay, we're almost done, but we have a few more final things to do. So now we're going to check it. Oh, look, I've got a pot roast in there too. Okay, we're going to take the lids off. Whew. Just the lids. It's okay. Okay, so we're just going to take the lids off. So we've taken the lids off, and now we're just going to finish baking those for about 15 minutes at 450 degrees. Okay, so now it, I hope, is done. Woohoo! Look at this. Yeah, beautiful. So here it is, the final product. So let's take it out. Let's pull onto a cooling rack. Let's get another one. So I just like doing two at a time. There they are. Let's take this. Woohoo! Look at that. That, my friend, is the best bread we're probably ever, no, I shouldn't say the best bread, but it's darn good bread. That's for sure. Enjoy it.